If you can hear your wheel bearings clicking or have noticed some play and instability in your day-to-day driving with your 2007 through 2018 JK Wrangler, these front wheel hub assemblies are a mod that you'll want to look into. Now, this is a great option for the JK owner who has either been tough on their Jeep off-road or has oversized tires and has started to notice that their hub assemblies or wheel bearings are starting to go. Now, this is even an affordable maintenance item if you know that you need to start replacing some driveline or steering components on your JK because of the age or just how much you use it. Now, wheel bearings are one of the JK components that just downright get abused, considering how much they are subject to so much debris and micro-contaminants that get into the bearings and cause them to fail over time, especially if you're taking your JK off-road often. Now, the wheel bearing itself is a pain in the butt to replace, and replacing the hub is much easier and allows for a total refresh, especially if there's other symptoms like play or movement from on and off-road abuse that's causing some shimmy in your handling, and you can notice it in your steering wheel. The speed sensors can also take a beating and tend to break or rip, causing annoying lights on the dashboard, but this set replaces all of that and comes pre-assembled with the wheel studs and the sensor already in place, making it a relatively straightforward swap. Now, these are OE style replacements, so you can expect similar quality with a machined high-strength steel construction. The studs are again pre-installed and match the OE thread pitch to allow you to reuse your current lug nuts, so you don't have to change anything up. The speed sensor wiring is also pressed into the hub and has some sheathing on this upper portion that's going to protect it from any heat or snags. It does have an OE style connector for a plug-and-play construction and even comes with additional pins and the fittings to pop them into the factory mounting points for a direct swap. Now, this set here is about $200, which is very affordable for a drastic improvement in drivability after you've installed them. Now, when looking at other choices in the category, this kit comes with both the front hubs, an OE style construction, and has the wiring harnesses for the speed sensors included and pre-installed. Now, other choices may not include the harnesses, may be sold separately, or just have slightly different builds, but if you're looking for a kit that comes with everything that you need with no questions asked for a total front hub refresh, this is a great option to choose. Now, the install is a little bit tougher at a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. I would recommend a little bit of mechanical experience in order to tackle this job. I do want to mention that the factory hubs, especially if they've been on there for a while, can be quite a pain in the butt to get off. So just give yourself some extra time with this one, but if everything goes smoothly and you have the right setup and the right tools for the job, it should take about 2 hours or so. Now, at this point, I'm going to hand it over to one of our installers. They're going to show you a detailed breakdown on how you can get these installed onto your JK at home. So that's going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get to the install.
Tools required for this install include a couple different size impact guns, a hammer, caliper hook, a ratchet, an extension, a 13mm 12-point socket, 21mm swivel socket, and a 36mm axle socket. What's up, guys? Today we're installing wheel hubs on our Wrangler, so let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is remove our caliper. We've got 2 21mm bolts here. I'm going to use a 21mm swivel socket to pull these out. I've got a caliper hook up on our spring so we can hang this once we pull it off. Now I'm going to throw a long extension on there so I can come from behind the shock to get a good angle on that. And then just slide your caliper off and hang it up on your hook. Now with our caliper out of the way, we can pull our brake rotor off. Now if yours is stuck on the hub, you can take a rubber mallet right behind where the caliper was. There's a cutout in your dust shield. You can hit on the back of the rotor. You can spin it around a few times to hit it from different angles. So now we need to disconnect our ABS wires. We've got a grommet in this clip. So we're just gonna pop that out. We're just gonna follow the wire all the way up to the top behind the shock where we have our connector and disconnect that. Now follow that over to the other side. Keep popping those grommets out. We've got a bunch of them on our brake line. Slide our caliper out of the way and get this one. And then you're gonna need to grab a clip remover tool. We've got 2 clips on this brake line bracket right down here, right under the spring. Now our other one's broken, but we do have another one back there. And then we'll just keep going. We've got another grommet behind the shock. One up here. And then you're gonna have two clips here. Ours have broken off, so ours isn't connected there, but use your clip remover tool. And then just press back. There's a red locking tab back here. If you can see that through that hole, you're gonna press back on that. Press in on the black tab, pop that free. And then I'm just gonna maneuver this out of the way. I'm gonna go underneath of our upper ball joint. And then we'll just let that hang off to the side for now. Next, we're gonna take a 36mm axle socket and remove our axle nut. And then we're just gonna put it on a few turns just so that when we're pulling the hub out, it doesn't fall off. Next, we need to remove these 3 bolts holding in our hub. So I've got a 13mm 12-point socket here. Now you can rotate the axle around to get the gap in between your joint here to be able to fit your ratchet in a little better. And now on the other side, we have our last 2 bolts. I'm just gonna rotate my axle a little bit, give myself some more room. Now I can get on there much straighter. Rotate the axle again, get better access to that top one. So now we're ready to remove our hub assembly. I've got a hammer here. I'm just gonna give some taps to the back of the hub, try to work this free. You can also use one of those 3-jaw pullers. Put the center right on your axle, hook your 3 sides around the hub, and then start tightening it down. It'll push against the axle and pull this out. Now we can fully remove our axle nut. Push our axle out of the hub. Remove our hub and our dust shield. So now we just need to pull our axle out. So I'm just gonna grab onto the end here and just give it a good tug. And then we can slide our axle all the way out. So now we're ready to throw our new hub on there. I'm gonna throw the 3 bolts in through the back to hold our heat shield and our hub in place once we slide it on. And I'll grab the hub and the heat shield. You wanna feed that wire through your heat shield just like that. And then the part with the sensor is going to be over here. And I'm just gonna start threading these bolts in from the back. And then we'll grab our ratchet and tighten these all down. Now once you have all of your bolts evenly run in, take your 13mm 12-point socket and tighten these all down. Just gonna rotate the axle a little bit, get a better angle on this. And then we'll hop over to the other side and get that last bolt. Now we're gonna tighten that last bolt. Then once you have all your bolts tightened down, we can start running our ABS wire. We're gonna go underneath of this upper ball joint. And then we're gonna clip this grommet into this clip. Just wiggle that in until it pops into place. And then we'll hop back over to the other side. Now on the other side of the knuckle, we're gonna pop this grommet into this clip, same way as the other side. And then this wire is a little bit shorter than the one that came factory, so we're not gonna be clipping it onto our brake line. So I'm gonna run it behind our caliper. And then we've got a clip here that we can clip it to our brake line with. And I'm gonna run it in between the shock tower and our hard line. I'm gonna find my connector in the back, plug that in. Don't forget to press in the red locking tab, and then we're gonna press those two clips into the holes here. And now we're gonna thread on our axle nut, and then take a 36mm axle socket to tighten that down. So now we just need to reinstall our rotor and our caliper. So I'm gonna throw my rotor on and throw a lug nut on to hold it into place. So now we'll grab our caliper off the hook and slide that over the rotor. And then start threading in your bolts. Then we're going to grab a 21mm swivel socket and tighten those down. Now once you got it all put back together, make sure you go back and torque all of your bolts down to the manufacturer specification, and then you can do the same thing on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the wheel hub assemblies for the front of your 2007 to 18 Jeep Wrangler JK. Thank you for watching, and for all things Wrangler, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.